Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am currently recovering from a case of bronchitis, but I finally have most of my voice back, so I wanted to make this video, which is the first in the series of what I watched, and this is for July of 2021. Now, I don't know if it's because I was sick, but this month I watched an abnormal amount of movies than I feel like I usually do. So I may not spend that much time on each individual movie. And also keep in mind, these aren't reviews. These are just quick thoughts about the movies and stuff. But first, I watched No Sudden Move, the new Soderbergh movie that was released on HBO Max. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. It was kind of confusing. There were a lot of twists, and then the twists had twists. And Soderbergh was also using this weird, really wide angle lens or anamorphic lens, or I don't know. He was trying something different, which is what I love about him as a director, is he's always trying something new. This movie had a star-studded cast. You know, we got Don Cheadle in there. We even got Brendan Fraser. I don't know where the hell he's been, but I guess he's back in the fold. I don't know. If you're into crime movies, I'm sure you'd like it a lot more than me. Then, to complete the Grindhouse double feature, I watched for the very first time Planet Terror by Robert Rodriguez. Now, if you know me, I love Robert Rodriguez, so it took me long enough to watch this damn movie. And overall, I kind of like Death Proof a little bit more, but I'm not here to compare those right now. But overall, I thought it was a really fun, kind of, corny, but that's kind of to be expected with Rodriguez. I mean, a woman has her leg replaced with a machine gun rocket launcher thing. I mean, come on, man. That's pretty damn cool if you ask me. So I'm fine with that. And damn, she's pretty hot too. That doesn't hurt. Next, I watched An Evening with Tim Heidecker, which is a 2020 stand-up special from Tim Heidecker. Now, I really love Tim and Eric's awesome show, Great Job, whatever it's called. I really like his style of comedy. I'm really into the On Cinema stuff that he does online on YouTube or whatever. So I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a unique take on stand-up comedy as a whole. Like, it's just different than what everyone else is doing, which is kind of the point of, his comedy and kind of what he's trying to do. So if you're into Tim and Eric and Tim Heidecker specifically, I think you'll have a great time with it. It is also free on YouTube, so easy access. I mean, come on. Then I watched The Maltese Falcon, which is an old 1941 film that is kind of like regarded as a classic. Most of you guys have probably heard about it or seen it yourselves. And I mean, I like older movies, but this just wasn't for me. I don't have too much experience with what's his name, Humphrey Bogart. And I'm just not into that style of acting, where everyone talks like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was a horrible impression, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, darling, come on into my office and we'll make you a deal. That sort of like radio, whatever voice. I don't know how you describe it, but it was okay. But they don't even talk about the Maltese Falcon much, and it doesn't really play a huge role in the movie until about halfway through, if not more. And that's where it started to get really interesting for me. Once they started talking about the background of the Maltese Falcon, and they're actually, more actively searching for it instead of dealing with all this other bullshit with this chick lying to him or whatever, that's when the movie really picked up for me. So I guess you could say I had a good time. It just took me a while to really get invested. Then I went to the theater and I watched the movie Zola, which is based on some sort of Twitter thread that this lady made a long time ago, documenting her experience being thrust into human trafficking, essentially, not to give too much away. This was a very interesting film, and it's a film that looks like it was shot on film, because I'm pretty sure it was. And I don't know, I love films where you can tell it was shot on film, which, some movies are shot on film and you can't tell. I don't know, but this movie was really cool and really interesting. The style was definitely unique, and I really enjoyed it. So go see it. I don't know if it's still in theaters when you're watching this, but if you get a chance to see it, go see it. I'll definitely be picking it up once it gets released to physical as well. Next, I picked up Being John Malkovich, directed by Spike Jonze, during the Criterion sale. And man, this is such a weird movie. I didn't even know much about it going in. I don't really know much about John Malkovich at all going in, which you don't have to know anything about him before you see the movie. And man, this was a weird one, but a great one. And I'll just leave it at that. Most of you guys have probably already seen it, but definitely glad I picked it up. Then I finally completed my viewing of Natural Born Killers. Shout out to Jake at Slaughterport for sending me the Blu-ray of this movie. So the first time I tried to watch this, I fell asleep halfway through, and then it took me a while to finally watch the second half. And I didn't just watch the second half. I restarted it from the beginning and watched it all the way through, as any sane person should. And man, this movie is trippy as fuck. I loved it. I love how it changes like formats. You know, 1 minute you're in a sitcom, 1 minute you're not. I don't know. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I preferred the first half. The prison stuff was still interesting, but I don't know. Everything before the prison stuff was more interesting to me. But overall, I really loved it, so yeah. Then I watched Fear Street 1994, which is the first part of a 3-part series of movies on Netflix. And although everyone else seems to fucking love this movie, it was just not for me. I don't know. I felt like they were just really reaching with the mythology behind, you know, the demons or whatever the fuck it was that were chasing them. And, you know, I'm doing a horrible job of describing this, and I don't want to give too much away, but the mythology and how they had to stop the thing, it was just, I don't know, man. It was just not my cup of tea. So it didn't really encourage me to watch the others, but at some point I may give them a shot. Next, I watched Camera Person, which was released in 2016 by Kirsten Johnson. And this is a movie that I had been really wanting to watch for the longest time now. It's a movie that is created by Kirsten Johnson, who is a documentary filmmaker, and that's what her career has consisted of for the past 20 years. And she basically took footage from a lot of different projects that she's done throughout the years and stitched them together into somewhat of a collage of a documentary to create something new, and that's what Camera Person is. And as soon as I heard that idea of someone actually doing that, I really wanted to see it. So I picked it up from the Criterion during the Criterion sale, and it did not let me down. This thing, as a filmmaker, really motivated me to start working on, you know, my own projects, and kind of taught me that nothing needs to go to waste. You know, you can still find something great and pull something great from even the meaningless moments that you think may not amount to anything. I don't know if it'll be everyone's cup of tea, but for me, I really loved it, and it even changed the way I look at filmmaking. Then I finally cracked open my 4K set of Indiana Jones, which has all the Indiana Jones movies, and I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I hadn't seen this movie since I was a kid, basically. I don't remember the last time I'd seen it, but it was so much fun to revisit this. The 4K looked amazing, and I don't care what you say, I don't think these movies are very dated. I mean, yeah, sure, they are kind of like, you know, you can tell they were filmed a while back, but god damn are they, like, incredible. Next, I went back to the theater and saw the documentary Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain. Now, Anthony Bourdain is someone who I was kind of loosely familiar with. I never was really into his show, but then again, I never really tried to watch it. And seeing this documentary was very sad, but it also kind of gives you a lot of detail leading up to his death and his suicide. So if you were kind of wondering like what led up to that, then just for that, I think this documentary is worth it. And it's a very interesting one about a very interesting guy, and it's really sad that we lost him. Then I checked out Rounders from 1998, starring Matt Damon. And, you know, it's like a gambling movie that focuses mostly on kind of the underground world of gambling. And I thought it was a really good movie. I don't know why it took me so long to watch it, because I love casino movies, I love gambling movies, poker movies. Then going back to Indiana Jones, I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which I have to say, after rewatching the original trilogy, I think this might be my favorite. It's the one that has the most horror elements. It's the one that I also watched the most as a kid growing up, so I don't know if that has anything to do with why I love it so much. But I will say that I think it has the weakest female lead out of all 3 of them, or 4 of them. But other than that, I really love it. Then I rewatched It Follows, and yeah, if you haven't seen this, man, what are you doing? Go check it out. That's all I really have to say. I love it. Then I ordered from the Criterion Collection a new release that they've just put out called La Piscine, aka The Swimming Pool, from 1969. And man, this movie blew me away. Like, it visually is stunning. It looks beautiful. They shot it in the south of France. The story is interesting. A lot of it's just kind of people hanging out or whatever. And I don't know. I tend to like those kind of movies. For some people, it's probably really slow. And there is a little bit of like a mystery and some, there might be a death or something in there. I'm not going to spoil it. But all that doesn't really happen until the 3rd act, which is kind of strange for a mystery type movie to delay that until the later half of the movie. But regardless, I really loved it. I'm glad I picked it up. The restoration, as always, from Criterion looks amazing, and that's about it. Go check it out if you haven't. Next, I went to the theater again, and I saw the movie Pig with Nicolas Cage, and goddamn, this movie was incredible. I had heard from several different people that it was really, really good, and that's kind of what made me want to go see it. Some people have been saying that it's misleading from the trailer and makes it look like it's going to be some beat-em-up action movie, but it is not. It is a very slow, well, not really slow, but it's a very thoughtful, thought-provoking, I don't know, man. This movie really hit a chord with me. I even saw it twice. That's how much I liked it. I saw it a couple days later. I took a friend to see it because I had to share this movie with somebody. And if you get a chance, you've got to go see this. It's probably going to be one of my favorite movies. Well, it definitely will be one of my favorite movies of this year, so go check it out. Next, I was messing around on Hulu and I saw Willy's Wonderland, coincidentally also with Nicolas Cage. So I decided to watch it. I kind of only signed up for Hulu to watch Malcolm in the Middle, but whatever. There's some great stuff on there. And this movie was just okay. After watching Pig especially, I was kind of like, is Nicolas Cage going to say anything? And then he doesn't. And then he fights these animatronic things. And then there's this kind of stupid plot line with these kids trying to break in, and there's this whole mythology behind why they're alive, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It wasn't for me, but I can't really say it was a horrible movie, so I don't know. Then I rewatched Desperado, another Rodriguez movie, with Jay the Stingray. We did a live commentary on his channel. Go check it out. Man, I don't have much to say. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of the movies, along with Pulp Fiction, that changed the way I look at movies and how they can be structured and what you can do within them. So yeah, I love Desperado. Then I went back on Hulu and I saw Palm Springs, a movie from last year that I had neglected to see for a while now. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day sort of thing with Andy Samberg and some other chick and some other people. Oh, and J.K. Simmons is in there. That was pretty cool. And I liked it a lot. It's really meaningful. It has a lot of, stuff that you can relate to and stuff. Man, I don't know what I'm talking about. It was great. Go see it. And then last but not least, I rewatched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade 4K. Yeah, it was really great. I don't have much to say about it. You guys have all probably seen the Indiana Jones movies at this point. And I definitely had a really great time rewatching these. It really brought back a lot of memories from when I was a kid. And the 4K set is definitely worth it. So if you have not checked that out, go check it out. It's worth it, blah, blah, blah. The packaging sucks, but whatever. They look great. So that's going to wrap up today's video. I'm going to try and do these, possibly every month, depending on how much I watch. But I don't know. Look forward to possibly more of these in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.